Another week, another FM26 video, this time matchday experience. So let's talk about it. First up, we hear about volumetric animations. Sounds fancy, but what does it actually mean? Let's go back a bit. It all started with motion capture. Men in lycra with the little balls embracing their inner Andy Serkis. It captures specific parts of the body during movement to allow SI to create player models. In FM24 we got motion match and inverse kinematics. The former allowed fluid and dynamic changes between animations, the latter improves joint movements. For volumetric animations, think of automated offsides or goal line technology, using multiple camera angles to model what is happening onto the pitch into a 3D computer environment. And if you want more info on that, check out FM Console's video from last year, linked in the description below. That should mean more realistic movement, as we've seen in previous FM26 videos as well as this one. Now, they specifically mentioned volumetric animations being used just for on-the-ball actions, and only 300 plus new animations as a result. That doesn't sound like much, but it's just part of a bigger system. The footage looks good, in particular some nice examples of players passing or striking the ball early after shifting it onto their stronger foot. This seems as much about the next thing they talk about as it is about the animations itself. Player AI. Specifically, they mention players standing up their opponents before a dribble and improvements in through balls. These are both welcome additions, but it's key to note that they're mentioned in terms of the attacking phase. I hope we see improvements in build-up too, with players taking more risk trying to break the lines. I'm also keen to see what improvements have been made to defensive decision making, because yikes. We get some info about new camera angles and improved match sounds. Hopefully it will feel like an improvement when we get to play the game, but honestly, it just seems like much of a muchness. The angles look very similar to what we've had before, and the brief snippets of crowd sounds are too brief to pass any judgment. For those that prefer playing in 2D, worry not. This is still here. It also appears it's present in between highlights too, giving you a better understanding of what's going on. I've got to say, this is the thing that I love most about this teaser. Being able to see your defensive and build-up structure throughout the whole game, so you can identify when and why you might be struggling. Absolute. We're also introduced to dynamic highlights mode, increasing or decreasing the highlight level depending on the match state. More highlights towards the end of close games, fewer towards the end in absolute thumpings. That sounds quite cool. Add in the pre-match cutscenes, plus this little highlight from earlier with the zoomed in corner kick, and it feels like a lot of effort has been made to try and build the atmosphere. If it really is as presented, I can already see how it might change the way I play the game, taking matches slower and really savouring those moments. Well, I mean, if it's possible for me to play any slower. We again see some more stadium diversity. This has been present in all the videos so far, and it definitely feels like improvements have been made in this area. And there was talk about lighting. I feel like they talk about lighting for every FM. Nah. Now there are some things that aren't talked about, but are shown in the video. Many of you will have picked up on the formation, brackets IP. This seems to finally be the confirmation of in-possession and out-of-possession formations. They did say there was a tactic dive coming soon where we'll find out more, but I have one question. Let's journey back to Championship Manager, where once we had with ball and without ball instructions, otherwise known as WIBWOB. If FM26 is introducing in-possession and out-of-possession instructions, will it become known as iPoop? I'm always asking the important questions. Joking aside, I noticed that we see positions here rather than roles, and honestly, I'm a little disappointed that the UI looks a bit janky. We also have these little dots in the corners of the tiles, which suggests we'll be able to switch between information. So I'd assume out of possession, maybe in transition for the formations here. It looks like we'll get some customization, but not a great degree of control in that regard. There was talk about expandable data cards, but sadly nothing is shown. I hope, like with the promise of a tactical deep dive, We'll eventually get some more information about the data hub and the statistical side of the game. I mean, of course that's what I want. Finally, there's an article about FM's partnership with Hawkeye for the volumetric stuff. Originally, it slated 21st of October as the release date, exactly 2 weeks before the official release date. It has since been changed to 4th of November, but maybe we have an idea now of when advanced access will be available. Look, I've ended every single one of these reaction videos with the exact same message. Marketing is marketing. Whether you like what you've seen so far or dislike, the real test comes when we get to play the game and see how it all comes together. But I'm human, I think, and I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I'm starting to get a little excited. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like or maybe even subscribing. And if you want to support the channel further, you can join these wonderful folk currently adorning your screen either as a YouTube member or patron. See you next time.